What's up guys, Shane Starnes here, and I am here at CES in Las Vegas to check out all the new innovative technology. Let's go. I partnered with Dreame here at CES. Take a look at their booth. They've got all kinds of awesome technology here, but I definitely wanted to take a look at this X50 Ultra. The first thing that really stood out to me was the Pro Leap system. This can clear larger than usual obstacles. So a lot of vacuums out there can clear a threshold, but this can clear much larger threshold thanks to two built-in wheels on the side. When it senses an obstacle, it's going to lift up the front side of the vacuum cleaner, then it can approach that obstacle and climb it. This is pretty unique. This will definitely help you to get into some of those areas that you might not have been able to get to with other vacuum cleaners. This system is able to climb steps up to 6 centimeters high. It actually emulates the human thigh and leg to overcome those obstacles. It's really neat. There are lots of vacuum cleaners out there that tackle tangled brushes in a multitude of ways. I've seen all kinds of stuff, and I think Dreame may have gotten this right with a HyperStream detangling dual brush system. One side of the dual brush is actually attached to the robotic vacuum. The other side is free floating, so this actually uses the power of suction to remove all the tangled hair from the brush system, and they demonstrated this for me on the floor, and it was awesome. It actually worked really, really well. They fed hairs into the brush system, and it automatically removed the hairs like a pro. Another really neat demonstration that they had going with this vacuum was the VersaLift system. So this uses a LiDAR system for navigation, but one thing that's unique here is that it can detect when there's a low piece of furniture, and it can automatically lower the LiDAR navigation system so that it's able to clear furniture as low as 89 centimeters. There's one specific piece of furniture in my home that vacuums tend to get stuck under, so I can't wait to try that out at my house. Also got a really good look at the Mop Extend and the Side Brush Extend technologies here. This vacuum cleaner does a great job of getting into all the nooks and crannies, making sure to clean all of your spaces without missing any spots. Dreame actually sent out the X50 Ultra already, so I'll be having a full video on this vacuum cleaner on the channel soon. Be sure to stay tuned for that. I partnered with Bluetti here at CES to check out their all-new Bluetti Apex 300. The Apex 300 is a portable do-it-yourself power storage solution that can back up the power for your entire home. The Apex 300 has an inverter that can simultaneously handle both 120 volt and 240 volts. With the parallel box, you can actually run 3 units in series, giving you a maximum power output of 11.52 kilowatts. You can also add 6 batteries to each unit. If you have all 3 units ran in parallel with the 6 batteries, you would have a maximum power of 58 kilowatts. If you had one full setup with the inverter and 6 batteries, that would give you 19.4 kilowatt hours. I can run my entire home minus the AC with about 15 kilowatt hours. So with 58 kilowatt hours, I could potentially get through an entire week. The main power station has 2,764.8 watt hours of battery capacity and includes a 50 watt AC outlet for your RV. When it's time to charge the unit, you can choose your charge speed, either turbo, normal, or quiet. And Jeff at the booth also showed me within the application, you can further customize the charge speed to any speed you want. The Apex 300 has a maximum input of 30,720 watts with AC power and solar power combined for 3 units in parallel. My personal favorite feature here was the 90-degree cables. They didn't actually have them on display, but they did show them during the announcement, and this is definitely going to save a ton of space in my garage. The battery backup system that I have now has massive round cables, which means you have to spread your units out further, taking up more space. So I love the fact that they've designed these 90-degree cables. The Apex 300 is equipped with bidirectional EV charging. You're able to not only charge your EV with the Apex 300, but you can also charge your Apex 300 with your EV. Bluetti explained to me that the Apex 300 is built to last and can actually take 6,000 charge cycles and maintain 80% capacity, which theoretically means that if you used one full charge cycle every single day, that you would theoretically get up to 17 years out of these batteries. What they're officially touting is that you'd have 80% capacity even after 10 years. But seriously, 6,000 charge cycles for a power station and still having 80% capacity is a huge deal. most other power stations on the market that I've tested out can last for about 3,000 charge cycles before they reach 80% capacity. Make sure to head over to Bluetti's website for more information about the upcoming Bluetti Apex 300. Of course, I had to stop by the LG booth where they were showing off the all-new Signature OLED T. This is LG's all-new transparent OLED TV. They had it set up in lots of different scenarios. Probably the most eye-catching scenario was this massive centerpiece. They had a chandelier in the middle, and then they had several of the transparent displays kind of rotating around that massive chandelier. Over in a different area, they had the transparent display kind of set up like maybe like an art piece, so it was transparent other than the one character that was on display there. So that kind of looked like maybe something that you could set up and use as a piece of art. Then they had another display set up, kind of showing the full power of this display if you were to use this as your primary TV. Even though the screen here is totally transparent, when it's displaying content, you're not able to see through the screen. It's just like watching a normal TV. And I'm not really sure how this would look if there was light coming from the back. One thing that I didn't capture on camera is it was kind of my expectation that with a transparent display, whatever you see on the front, you'd also be able to see on the back. So kind of like a two-sided display, but that wasn't really the case. You could see the content on the front of the display, but you could not see the content on the back of the display. They also had the LG X Boom by will.i.am. Earlier in the week, LG did invite me out to their reception or their party, and we did get to hear a concert by will.i.am. That event was a ton of fun, so I definitely wanted to check out the speaker that they were talking about at that event. They had the X Boom stage on display. It definitely looks like a great speaker. I'd love to have that in the office or in house so that I could really test it out and see what it's all about. But just on the surface, it definitely looked like a fun speaker. They had a few other speakers in the X Boom lineup and even a pair of headphones, so there's something there for everyone in that X Boom lineup. TCL was showing off some of their new products in a private suite, so I actually had a pretty good amount of hands-on time with their new Cube projector. The Cube projector is TCL's new ultralight and portable projector, and it does have this unique cube shape. I really like this adjustable stand on the side, which allows you to get the perfect vertical angle. This will have other features like autofocus and auto keystone correction, helping you to get a perfectly square image quickly and easily. The projector has a built-in battery that gives you up to 2.5 hours of playback time on a single charge. This has a full 1080p resolution and can give you a full resolution picture at up to 115 inches, but this can expand to a much larger size of even up to 200 inches. During my demo, they did mention that because this is still in beta, they don't have the exact specification on lumens, but you can see this gets really bright. Even when we opened up the door to the outside hall, that little bit of ambient light didn't really affect the picture here. The Cube projector has built-in Google TV with licensed Netflix. You don't have to worry about grabbing Netflix from a third-party provider. They did not have the price or launch date pinned down on this projector yet, but they did say that it is coming this summer. Kirin introduced their electric salt spoon, which is designed mostly for people with high blood pressure or people that have trouble tasting salt, that have to add salt. I mean, honestly, it's for people like me that just love salt. I've been guilty of adding way too much salt to all of my food. The spoon uses a mild electric current to enhance the flavors, especially salt, but other flavors as well. While I didn't have the opportunity to actually test this device, as there was a very long line of people interested in trying this out, the people that were actively testing this out said that it definitely added a salt flavor to the foods that they tested. This is definitely one of those products that I would love to receive in-house to test for myself. At the Philtech booth, I got to check out their haptic sharing device. So Philtech is a company that is looking to put the senses to the media that we consume. The demonstration that they showed me here with the haptic sharing device, they were able to incorporate haptic feedback that goes along with the movie Wild Robot. It definitely makes for a more immersive feeling. I could explain this like if you play the PlayStation and you get the rumble pack from the controller, this added that to the movie. So when action happens in the scene, you normally would only get the reverberation from like the bass in your sound system, but here you can actually feel that in your hands as if you were playing a video game. So I really did like that. They also have devices for motion sharing and taste sharing, which they didn't have at the booth. I'm sure those devices are also very interesting. There you have it, some of my favorite tech products from CES 2025. Be sure to check out all the links in the description below to find out more about the brands and products that were featured in this video. Thanks guys for watching. Be blessed. I'll see you in the next one.